All right, everybody, here we are. I'm at Trees and More. This is Mike, who owns Trees and More. This place is amazing, and today we're gonna talk about his jujube trees because he's gonna show us how to shape the jujube and talk a little bit more about them. I'm gonna put links below to other videos I've done with Mike about the jujube, and he has them for sale. So check out the link below, and he's gonna show us around. How big is your farm here?
5 acres.
5 acres, and I've been here many times, and today is the nicest weather-wise that I've ever been here, and I've got many trees from Trees and More. I highly recommend them. And you get all your trees outsourced or some are insourced?
Oh, I grow a lot of stuff. The table's over there. You can head that way.
All right, we're gonna head to that. We're gonna look at these jujubes, and then we're gonna also look at some of his other trees that he has. And this is an amazing place. If you can get up here and taste them, I highly recommend you do so. Thanks for all the great stuff you're doing, man.
I enjoy it.
Great. All right. So we're going to check out some trees today, and here we go. All right, everybody. Here we are with Mike at Trees and More. And this is a beautiful jujube tree, and he's going to explain to you about the jujubes and this tree, how it's looking sideways. It's loaded, but it don't look too straight. So how you doing, Mike?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very good, very good. How many jujube trees do you have here?
I have 3. These 2 are Thai giants, and this one down here that's already trimmed. I'll show you this, and we'll get this oak done with. This one, I trimmed it back already and stood it up. This is the fruit off of a tree like this. This is just for rootstock. It's a small one. You can eat them. They're okay, but they're not near as good as the Thai giant.
Okay, so this is a rootstock. Is there a name to this one?
It's the wild jujube. This is what grows in Jamaica and everything like that. They don't have a lot of grafted trees. I talked to the different Jamaican people I know, and they have.
Is it just a seedling, or is it a special seedling?
It's the wild jujube. It's mainly for rootstock.
Okay, if you take a seed from one of these and plant it, do you get another wild jujube?
Yeah, that's what you do. You have to soak this in water for a couple days. You wash, clean, get it all clean. Then you clean the seed. You have to crack the seed to get it to sprout. It's not as tasty as the Thai giant. So, but yeah, this is what you have to do. And if you plant the seed from this, chances are you'll get nothing. A lot of it's not viable. Some of it will come up, but it won't come up true to this.
If you plant a seed from that one and you get something, can you use that as a rootstock or no?
I don't know.
Okay.
And I've never got any of those to come up. I tried before and they never came up. This jujube, when you plant the seed, you have to grow the little seedlings up for about 2 years. The first year they're small. The second year you can graft them. Then when you graft them, only about half take, and then you have to regraft them again. That's why these trees are more expensive. It's the same thing as sapodillas and stuff like that. They're a pain. They're hard to do. I mean, if you know, we have cheaper plants too. This is one of my more expensive ones.
Okay, explain about these varieties.
Okay,
here.
Now what happened here? I had trimmed this tree back probably over a year ago. I had trimmed it back to about 4 foot. You can see where it was all trimmed back. I let it grow, and I was going to trim it and didn't get to it, and then it went into flower, and it's loaded with flowers, and that's just like mangoes. You don't cut the limbs off when they're flowering, so waited for the fruit. Well, once the fruit got on there, like as you can see, it is loaded with fruit, and it's so heavy it just bent the limbs down. Now what we're going to do today, we're going to trim it all the way back, and that's how I stood them back up on the post. But we'll get the lean out of it. We're going to trim it way back. You trim these way back. They're already starting to flush from the heat that we're getting now. It's not too bad, but they're already starting to flush. And if you come back, I don't know if I can get you to come back and do another video in June or July. You can, or whenever you do come back, we can show how it branches out. But and it's an excellent fruit. I mean,
now can you root
air layer them?
Air layer them?
I think they get nematodes.
Okay.
I think that's one of the reasons that they don't air layer them. That they'll get nematodes.
Now, would you cut this back with fruit still on it?
I'm going to cut it back and lay all the limbs out there, and then, or I know you like the fruit, so that's why I grabbed a couple bags. So we'll just lay it out there on the road, and we'll get this done and show everybody how to do it, and whatever. But you can trim these back about once a year, real small, and they grow so fast.
And considering that, do these ripen off the tree, or once you cut them, they stop ripening?
They'll ripen a little bit off the tree. I don't like them when they're real green. I saw there was some over there that we'll probably end up throwing away because they're too small. I like them when they start getting yellow. And then when they turn yellow brown, they're okay, but when they go completely brown, they're no good. See how this is soft? And it could be the weather up here now because we've had some 50-degree nights.
Now, this is a variety here for South Florida. In California, they have a whole nother type of jujube that when they get dry, they turn into like a Chinese
Like a
date,
date.
they call them, like a date. They're
They
really
dehydrate
delicious.
them and different stuff like that with them. These are Indian jujubes. The one you're talking about are the Chinese jujube. Chinese is Lai and Thai and Tiger Tooth, and there's all kinds of Georgia 866 or 867. Something they have the numbers on them. It's an excellent fruit. I've had it before. It doesn't grow well down here. Okay. And I've had some people tell me that they grew some of the different ones, but this is the one that you want.
Will these grow out in California or no?
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't know. Don't live in California.
Yes. Okay, now these trees, how big will they get if you don't cut them?
I've seen them 15 feet tall. You know, but they were up against the building and they weren't loaded with fruit. You know, when they get so loaded with the fruit, like I said, you know, just the weight on that.
Do these fall off when the fruit's ripe or
Yeah,
not?
yeah,
They do.
They'll fall right off. But I like them, like I said, I like them yellow. Yellow, they're good. Green, they're different flavor. And if they're too small, you know, like this isn't going to be any good because we're going to cut these back. I'm going to cut that one back all the way.
Now, if you keep these small, is this a good fruit to grow in a pot or it should be in the ground?
It'd be in the ground.
Even though they're smaller trees?
Well, it wants to be in the ground. I mean, they're fast growing, very fast growing. It's like the strawberry tree, the Mantinja. I mean, you can grow that in a pot. You have to water it every 5 minutes. I mean, they just suck the water up.
So as fast as this grows in the ground, you could still cut it back every year and
it'll flush right back out.
Okay.
They're very fast growers.
Okay. And now, do they self-pollinate because these are right next to each other? Is that for a reason or?
I did it because the fruit's so good, and I have the kids, the grandkids are all here, so we have 6 grandkids, and they're out here all the time looking for fruit. And I give a lot of fruit to customers.
But they are self-pollinating, yes?
Yeah, they're self-pollinating. If you have one tree, it will fruit. Now, I don't know if I get such good production because I have that one, and then the wild one. I may be getting better production because of the extra trees.
Now, if these were closer, I mean, what is the distance between these now?
Probably 10 foot.
10 foot. Could you get away planting them closer? Or?
Oh, yeah. You could plant them closer, and they wouldn't, you know, like I say, you don't have to let them get this leggy. I got behind. And this is what happens when you get behind things, you know. Now,
it doesn't look like there's too many leaves on this tree. Is that just because of the season, or is that just how it always is?
No, they fill out real good. They'll be real full. When it's trimmed further back and real tight, it'll be real full.
Okay, that one almost looks like the tree's tilting, no? Or is that just the way of the fruit?
Wind. We had wind. That's why I was going to pull it up with the post.
Okay, and how old are these trees?
Not very old, maybe 3, maybe 4 at the most. Probably 3.
And you sell these trees here?
Yes, I have some. I was going to show you them too.
Great, okay.
Let me go ahead and start the trimming.
Okay. By the way, I have somebody who wants to get 2 of them, so I'll get them and give them to him and so on. So that'll be 2 of the many you're going to sell.
Oh, let's get rid of that saw.
Now, typically, I know you hear trimming because I'm here today, but typically, would you wait till most of the fruit's off before you trimmed?
Yeah, I would pull all the fruit off and then trim the tree.
Okay.
I don't know who we have coming in here, but they'll have to wait.
I've always had a question, Mike, about the saw you're using in trimming.
Mm-hmm. Yes?
Why do people use a hand saw when you could just use an electric saw? It's so much easier.
Electric saw would probably work.
So I see people online trimming mango trees and stuff with a hand saw. Why not just use electric saw?
Well, somewhere in here I did cut a limb or something that had broke with a chainsaw, and it breaks it all up. It's not as.
Is it just a smoother cut with the hand
Yeah, it's
saw?
a smoother cut with the handsaw. This is one of those samurai swords with all the blades in it.
But if it was a little thicker, would you still have went with the hand saw, or would you have done like maybe a electric saw?
I don't use electric saw on them.
Okay.
I use hand clippers, and I use the hand clippers and the saw, and then the loppers. The loppers, that's why I picked the one up, because.
Okay. Now, and what you're cutting here, you're just cutting the ends off and leaving the main base in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
You're just cutting off all those ends.
All the ends, yep.
The same places you did previous years or a different
Just
place?
a little bit above it.
Now, somebody told me on this tree, correct me, Mike, if I'm wrong, they said every year cut it here, they told me. Every year cut it all the way low right here.
That low?
Yeah.
I never go that low.
Okay. Now, are these just not straight up because of the weight of the fruit?
Wind.
Wind. I mean, I'm talking about the branches over there. Do they ever grow straight up, or is?
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll go up. But
If somebody had a skinny space and not a wide space, is this a tree they could plant and train it to grow straight up in a skinny space, or does it?
You'd probably be fighting it all the time.
Okay. I've been out here many times. This is probably the nicest weather I've ever had out here.
Yeah, we had when we did the last one, we had a lot of rain.
Yeah, we had rain and heat, but this is
Beautiful.
yes. And this, by the way, folks, is an amazing farm. I've put links below, but in the background you see some amazing mango trees fruiting. Maybe we'll take a quick look there later. But this is, look at the tree already. It's looking nice. It's
And look at all the fruit on the ground. Now,
Wow.
That's not all going to go to waste. I'm going to give you a bag before you leave, and then I'll probably get on the corner,
Look at
whatever,
that.
make sure. And I'm only going to trim the one tree today. Okay.
so what are you looking for when you trim it? Just
To shape. Just, you know. I mean, I've been shaping trees forever. Now, this looks dead. And it is. So we're just going to go down a little bit. And it's still dead there.
now what would kill that, or why was that dead?
No telling. I mean, I spray a little bit of copper and stuff on the mango trees. But as I tell everybody, I am not spray happy. I don't like spraying a lot of this stuff all the time because we eat it.
Do you spray this tree at all?
I'll hit it with copper when I mix up the tank and do the mangoes and stuff. I'll hit it with copper. But
Are there pests on these fruits if you don't?
I have seen the little Sri Lanka weevil, the little white weevil. I have seen that on it before, but I mean, you know, they just chew up the leaves, and then when they're on there, if you get a bad infestation, we can look at the longans, and they always get them too. The longans, the lychees, all that.
And the season for this fruit, tell everybody.
Twice a year I get fruit on this tree. I think they'll fruit in the late fall and I guess the spring. But I've had fruit on it at different times of the year, so. And then you just, trim it like this just to get it pretty.
So what size footprint would this take if somebody had a tight yard? What can you get away with?
About 10 by 10, 10 foot, I mean, if you kept it small, you could do that, but you'd be losing your fruit a lot.
Sure.
And that's,
How does it do with sun and shade? Does it take some shade, or
well, this is full sun. I've seen it on, like I said, I saw it on a planted up against a house, and I guess it was getting pretty shaded like that.
And it was doing good?
It was doing good. And then you got one there, and then looking for so you leave that like that.
What size of pots normally do people sell in these types of trees?
3 gallons.
3 gallons.
They usually don't sell them bigger than 3 gallons. Like I said, this is one of my more expensive plants. They're $50 in a 3 gallon. And I've had people ask me the same thing. Well, how come that was $50 and those are only 20 or whatever? Everything is priced according to how easy it is. I mean, you know, if they take a long time to do, like I said, the rootstock's got to be 2 years old, and then you have to do the plant. So you'll have a couple of years in the tree before it's ready to sell.
Very nice. And how often are these in stock, or sometimes they run out?
Everybody runs out, and when they run out, then it's hard to get them. There's only a very few people that grow them because they are so much trouble. I mean, they're not trouble to raise after you have them. Trouble to do. Like I say, you have to clean the seed, and these guys that are. I work the whole farm myself. You know that, and I've told everybody that on your videos a lot. I do all this myself. I'll bring in some people to help me weed because I can't bend my back from too much of this work for too many years. When they're paying people, and everybody's getting good money now, so you know, it's harder. So what do you think? I mean,
It looks different. We got a before and after here. There's the.
I could keep going around hitting and missing, but.
So every year we're looking like this. And then we look at this one behind him here.
And then this will just fill out. Now, like you said, you could go lower. You could go in here, but this is all buds. And this will all shoot out real quick. And I have the room. Now you're always considering people that have small yards and things like that. I could put in another whole batch of trees. I have to take care of them. That's my problem. Is, you know, taking care of everything. Even the sapodillas, you can see the wind had blown some of them, and you know, broke some limbs and this and that. But
alrighty, well that's great. And there, all the fruit is on the floor here.
Yeah, like I say, this one it's not going to be wasted. We'll after you're done, we'll strip all the fruit off of it and everything. That's these. This is, like I say, this is this tree. This is the same, and then the other tree I have is just for the rootstock, just for the seed.
And you don't sell the rootstocks. You sell these other trees, though.
Yeah, I have the other seeds.
And right now, currently, at the posting of this video, you do have some in stock. If people want to buy them, I'll put the address and phone number below. But you are going to run out.
Oh yeah. We'll run out, and then, like I say, once you run out, sometimes it's hard to get them.
Sure.
I grow them sometimes, and they're hard to grow. And then the guy that I get mine from, almost have to beg him to, you know, let me have some of them. Because
now, with all the selection you have of all the fruit trees you have, is this amazing nursery. I know you said you had grandkids and they like them, and you decided to plant 2 or 3 of these trees. I understand a rootstock one because you're growing them, but for these other 2 trees that you planted, why did you decide to use the space on 2 jujube trees when you could have planted any other fruit tree in these spots?
To get the fruit. I mean, you know, I have 50 mango trees. I have a whole row of sapodillas. When I planted the sapodillas, my son said, "Why are you planting so many sapodillas?" And I told him, because I like them. So I mean, and there's not a sapodilla in there that's ripe right now. As they get ripe, we pick them and eat them, and I give them to customers, let them try them. I sell a lot of sapodillas. If people try a sapodilla, they've never had one, oh, that's good, I'll have to have it. And that's a controllable tree. Now, they do get big, but these trees have some age to them. The prettiest one is the big Alano down there that looks like a little dome. But, I mean, and the same thing with the mangoes. Everybody asks me, what do you do with all the fruit? And I said, well, we sell some, but, you know, we eat a lot. So there's me, my wife, my family, my son, 6 grandkids, you know, 2 sons and wives. And
well, great. I want everyone to get these jujubes. Trust me, they're great to have in the yard. They're filling. They're good. They look like a snack tree, but they are filling. And they taste delicious, especially when you get them at the right time when they're yellowish. Like this one right here. That one right there. When they're yellow, they taste like caramel candies. I mean, they're absolutely delicious.
Best little apple you're going to get in Florida.
Yes. Wonderful. Now, are these cold tolerant, these trees, for Central Florida, or are they tropical?
I don't know if they do them all up in Central Florida or not.
And if not, in Central Florida, would they have a better chance with the Chinese ones?
Possibly.
Nice. Nice. Well, Mike likes them so much that he planted these trees here, and I recommend you pick some up from him. His phone number is going to be below. Thank you.
You want me to show you the 3 gallons?
Yeah, let's see them.
They're right here, so it's not a far walk. This is the longans, all different kinds of longans. Those are BQ. The first 2 are BQ. And then I have a couple of the, I believe they're called Elan.
Since it's such a nice day, we'll go around and take a quick look at your trees because I love this place. Nice.
I've been working on it forever. I didn't grow these. I bought these.
So how many of them do you grow as opposed to the ones you buy?
Oh, I'll plant all the seed I can and grow as many as I can.
The seed from the rootstock
what's
one.
in the bucket, yeah.
And then you graft on them.
Then I graft on them, but
all right.
I won't have any.
So you have this whole row right now?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
There's probably about 30 or 40 of them.
And why you sold all the ones that you grew yourself?
Yeah, I have nothing.
Wow, look at that. Get on here, folks. Every time we do a video on this, he sells out quickly. So grab one of these trees. It's great and not easy to find. Thai giant jujube. And some people call it a thornless Thai version, but they do have small thorns.
Yeah, they do have a small thorn. It will bite you, but it's small. They're not thornless.
Yeah. Very nice. Well, thank you for showing us around. It's a great place.
Okay, do you want to look at the other stuff?
Absolutely, absolutely, and show everybody. You're always full here, stock.
That you did on one of your videos I just watched, the Vietnamese pomegranate.
Oh, look at that. You got that. Wow. Yes. I did these, and these are great that you have these here. Wow.
Yeah, these are Vietnamese pomegranate, passion fruit.
All right, everybody. Thank you for checking out Mike at Trees and More. I highly recommend you get there and get a Jujube tree and check out his farm. Here we are at my house, and I want to show you my Jujube tree. As you can see, just like Mike's farm at Trees and More, my Jujube tree is growing sideways, it looks like. And it is growing up top there as well. But it's mostly sideways. And you see the branching here. It's quite interesting, but literally it comes out sideways. So after I finish harvesting these Jujubes, I'm going to cut it off here, cut it off here, cut it off there. And then I'm going to leave it at that and make it look really nice. And next year it'll grow like this as well. You don't want to let it get too out of hand. If they do grow straight up, they're going to grow too high. And then you can't really pick them. So it's okay. It's good. I like that they're growing sideways. However, you want to make sure you keep them under some control. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you for checking us out. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe at the link below. And if you like this video, please share it with others. And Jujube trees are one of those trees that are a snack food, but I still think they're worth having, especially here in South Florida. They're so unique. I'll put the links below to other videos I've done before with Mike at Trees and More. Some great videos with great knowledge. And I'm also going to put other videos below about the Jujube tree. All right? If you have comments or questions, put them below. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great day and keep growing.